Hello students, now today in this session we will discuss answer briefly of chapter 2 and question number 4, 5, 7 and 8. And question number 4 is write the derived units for the following physical quantities. First, area, second, volume and third, density. Student, in answer of question number 4, you have to write, first of all, make a table, okay? And in first column will be quantity, in second column density, definition, in third column derived unit, and in last column symbol, okay? Now, in first column, physical quantity is area, okay? And what is derived unit of area? Student, area is defined as length into breadth. In case of rectangle, length into breadth, okay? And unit of length will be meter, unit of breadth will be meter. So we have square meter as derived unit of area, okay? Now, in case of volume, similarly, length into breadth into height, okay? And unit of length meter, unit of breadth meter, unit of height is meter. So meter into meter into meter. So we have cubic meter, meter cube, okay? Now, in case of density is defined as mass per unit volume. So we have mass upon volume as definition, and unit of mass will be kilogram in SI system, and unit of volume will be cubic meter. So if we can write kg per meter cube. Kg per meter cube is SI unit of density, and these are derived unit of physical quantity, area, volume and density. Now we will discuss next question, question number 5. What is difference between fundamental quantity and derived quantity? Okay. Again, make a table, and there will be two columns. In first column you have to write fundamental quantity, and in second column, in first column, this is answer of question number 5. Now, in first column you have to write fundamental quantity, and in second column you have to write derived quantity, okay? Now, first point will be in fundamental quantity. Of fundamental quantity, is one whose definition does not depend on any of the other physical quantity, okay? A fundamental quantity is one whose definition does not depend on any other physical quantity. But in case of derived quantity depends on fundamental quantity, okay? So now in first column, first point in derived quantity, the physical quantity quantities which can be derived from okay, derived from fundamental quantities okay, are called derived quantities. Okay, fundamental quantities is one whose definition does not depend on any other physical quantities, but of the physical quantities which can be derived from fundamental quantities are called derived quantities. Now, example, okay, second point, in fundamental there are 7 fundamental quantities, and write the name of 7 fundamental: length, okay, mass, time, temperature, electric current, okay, electric current. Now, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. Are fundamental quantities. Okay, length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, all 7 quantities are fundamental quantity, and in derived, okay, area, volume, density. You can use question number 4, area, volume and density as derived unit. Okay, now force, etc. are derived quantities. Okay, so you have to write in first point definition, and in second point example. You can also write in third point. Okay, units of fundamental quantities are called fundamental units, and units of derived quantities are called derived units. But I think 2 points are sufficient. Okay, now next, question number 7. In question number 7 is state the common rules for writing unit. Okay, and answer will be answer of question number 7. Okay, common rules for writing unit. So you can write heading common rules for writing units. Okay, and first point will be the symbol for a unit which is not named after after a scientist okay scientist ist okay is written in a small letter in small letter. First rule will be the symbol for a unit which is not named after a scientist is written in a small letter, and I have already explained this topic, common rules for writing units in previous videos. Okay, so you can also watch that video. Now second rule, sorry, example will be symbol for meter is small m, okay, etc. Now second rule is the symbol for okay a unit, the symbol for a unit which is named after okay, wait for a minute. Okay, sorry for disturbance. Now after a scientist is written with first letter of his name in capital. Okay, an example, capital N for Newton. Okay, unit of force is Newton. So in case of Newton you can write capital N as a symbol. Now third point will be the full name of the unit irrespective of the fact whether it is named after a scientist or not, is always with a lower, always written with written with a lower initial later. Okay, and example, unit of length is written as, okay, unit of length is written as meter, not as capital METRE, okay, etc. So I think first and second and third rule, okay, is sufficient for answer of question number 7. But you can also write, if you want to write fourth point, fifth point, you can also watch videos related to common rules for writing unit. But I add one more topic, okay, one more point, and yes, a unit in its short form, okay, short form is never written in plural, okay. Example, 10 meters, okay, 10 meters cannot be written as written as 10 ms. It means, suppose that length of any object is 10 meter, then you have to write 10 meters, not 10 ms. M for meter. So you have to write 10 meters, okay, but not 10 ms. Okay. So you can write 4 points in topic in question number 7. State the common rules for the writing units. Now question number 8. Now, question number 8 is, describe 3 precautions required while taking length measurement. Okay. Now, answer of this question is, okay, answer of question number 8. Heading will be precautions required in taking measurement. First point will be, the edges of a scale get chipped on repeated, okay, uses. So edges of the scale should not be used. Okay. Now second precaution, scale should be placed along the length along the length that has to be measured. Okay. Okay, now last third point, parallax should be avoided while reading the scale. So in precautions required in taking measurements, first point will be edges of a scale get chipped on repeated usage, so edges of the scale should not be used. Okay. In second point, scale should be placed along the length that has to be measured. Okay. And third, parallax should not be avoided. Okay, sorry, should be avoided while taking the scale. Okay. So these 3 points will be answer of question number 8. So you can write answer question number 4, 5, 7 and 8 using these videos. Okay. Okay, thank you.